Okay, fourth fight of the fight underway. George James taking on Samuel Welch. We have James in the blue corner, Welch in the red corner. Oh, and straight away, James on the back of his opponent. Beautiful back take. Beautiful back take there. Slick jiu-jitsu from James, coming out of that Team Titan. So a lot of high-level grapplers in that gym. On the back of his opponent.
So Welch at this point has got to start defending the neck, 2-on-1. He's got to start to put the small of his back on the inside of the leg. He's got to force some weight through the lock. You can see the configuration there from the camera angle of the ankles of James. So he needs to force some pressure through those, start to defend the neck here. Potentially he could turn into the guard, so he'd end up facing James. Body triangle offers that affordance. The hooks would allow him to control his hips a bit better, but when he's got the body triangle like that, he can turn and actually face your opponent at the right time.
I like the way James is staying busy as well, Dean, here. A lot of the time the guys can take the back, and it's tough to secure the choke, especially in these bigger gloves, these hybrid amateur gloves. But James chipping away here in the eyes of the judges, just getting those headshots, and of course, if he can distract Welch like he just did and go straight for the choke. It's nice to see him staying busy. Elects to mount now, and now raining down some blows. Welch does well, ends up back in top position in the scramble. And this is where it's so important that James was busy in the early stages, looking for the triangle. Wow, what a back and forth grapple fest we've got here.
Welch so explosive, and we spoke about him turning, and that allowed him to escape that back position. And it's just athletic ability to transition between different positions. Looking for the leg here. He's got to be careful with his configuration that he doesn't apply the heel hook under the rule set, not allowed to heel hook in this position. He could use this opportunity to set up the straight footlock here to attack the Achilles, the ankle joint of James. James sensing that, sneaking the leg out of that position. Again, he's got to look for the armbar here, Dave.
Beautiful.
And Welch now needs to uncork his legs so he can't cross his feet in this position. That's allowing James to stack him up. There we go. Now he's got James flat. If he can put some pressure through the hips onto the back of the elbow joint here.
Wow, what a back and forth here. George James did well to survive that attack. He did the right thing, he stacked his man up. But how he got out of the back end of that submission, I don't think even he knows. But fantastic back and forth round here. And it's what I mentioned earlier, Dean, that the back is such a dominant position, but when you've had such a back and forth round like this, it is just a position. And credit to James, he was chipping away there while he had the back, and maybe that would be enough to nick the round, because it was Welch that came on strong at the end with that submission attempt. Great first round between these two. Fantastic action here at FIGHTSTAR.
You see that sometimes a lot from the flyweights. They're super fast, their transitions on the ground are really quick, their footwork's excellent because they're just more bouncy. It was so beautiful to see the transitions from James and Welch. You know, they get caught in a very bad position, did Welch. He escaped that position and then reversed it and caught the armbar on James. That was a super fast fireworks of a first round here for this flyweight belt.
Ready tonight, jiu-jitsu wise, when you see guys in MMA that are willing to work a sort of open guard, you know these guys have been doing a lot of pure jiu-jitsu. You know, they're not just looking for a technical stand-up, they're looking for your De La Riva and your little trips. I think we saw an old school lumberjack style sweep earlier. It's just, the game is evolving, and even at amateur level, these guys are just a couple of fights, they're looking for open guard jiu-jitsu techniques, you know.
Interested to see now who initiates the takedown straight away. Welch is using some nice footwork on the outside. He's got to work the hands to set up the takedown. Potentially, look at that Superman punch using the cage, did James. Looking for the double leg now, driving all the way back to the cage. He's going to look to pull the hips away from the cage. Welch is going to look to stand back to his feet.
Yeah, I think George definitely has to be said has the superior wrestling. As I say that, he ends up on the bottom, but looking for this guillotine choke. Apologies to our viewers at home if you haven't heard us in the first two rounds, but there was some fantastic technical analysis that you've missed out on. But as it is, Welch in this top position now. And it'd be interesting to see the guard of George James.
James always looking to open the legs. He's going to use the cage now to switch round to the armbar position. He's got both legs over the top of the head. And then this is where you can cross your feet when you want the submission in front of you. Imagine you're at a plate, a dinner plate, and you've got your plate in front of you, and the arm bar's what you're eating. You can deal with that. You just have to be careful about crossing your feet when your opponent can stack you up. It makes it a lot easier to stack somebody up if your feet across. You have to fan the leg out on the neck and create some more space to obtain the arm bar. But Welch staying very calm in this position here. You can see him almost shaking his head there, Dave. He's happy to maintain this position. We're going to get a stand-up here. Interesting decision by the referee. I mean, he was almost certainly caught in a precarious position, was Welch, and James was looking for that armbar. But I mean, you could argue they weren't doing enough. It was kind of a bit of a stalemate there. They both did the correct thing in threatening, and Welch did the correct thing in kind of stalling that position and staying safe. But nonetheless, James again pressuring for the doubles, going to look to obtain control of the hips.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier. It looks like James has definitely got the more wrestling savvy background. I mean, coming out of that Team Titan, a lot of very good high-level wrestlers there. But Welch, to his credit, has some good jiu-jitsu and ends up on top here, and he's in the mount position. Shots raining in, referee having a close look at that. I think, was that a tap?
James is in very bad trouble here. He needs to start thinking about getting rid of these hooks, defending. He can't keep just covering up here. He's got to intelligently defend himself and obtain it. There's the tap there, David.
Unfortunately for James, I think there might have been a tap a little earlier. Sam Amidi stepping in though. Credit to Welch. What a great back and forth fight. Both these young guys showing a lot of skill and talent. And credit to George James. You know, there's kind of an old school anti-tap to strikes, sort of old wives' tale, she'd say, in MMA, and definitely not the way to go, especially at amateur level with these young guys. He's in a position, he didn't feel like he'd get out, he'd chip some shots. The best thing to do is just tap, go back to the gym, learn how to get out of that position and carry on. You don't need to be taking severe concussions at amateur level MMA when you're a youngster, you know. So no slight on George James. Great fight from both these two, and credit to Samuel Welch for fighting his way out of a couple of tough positions in that one.
Fights to the base.